I've seen a flying saucer.
You've seen one?
Yes,
Where was this?
definitely.
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
To cover up our mistakes.
I've met people who swear they've seen Bigfoot.
Join us for a journey into the obscure.
You are now listening to The Wow Pod.
All right. Well, welcome to the show. We don't have a lot of people on yet, but we're going to run with it anyway. And again, as we get into this, we will have, we've got Zoom open to call in. So if you have Zoom, you've got that. We've got Skype open to call in. So if you can find me on Skype, you have that on Skype to call in. I am Jared at the Wow Pod. Is that right?
Yep.
Sure. That's my name. We'll run with it. I'm Jared at the Wow Pod. So if you want to call in, if you have comments on that, but, you know, I don't know. Should we just skip news, go straight into this story?
Oh, gosh.
Hold on to the news for next week.
We could.
Yeah, let's just dive right into this.
Okay. So this, I'm going to name just a few conspiracy theories that I think all play a little part in what we're going to cover tonight. So you've got the classic the 9/11 conspiracy.
Okay. 9/11's in on this too?
Well, because it's that deep state stuff. It's that hidden in plain sight stuff.
Do we need to put our phones in the other room?
Then there's the Homestead cover-up.
Okay.
Now, for those of you unfamiliar with it, there were kids that went on record in Homestead, I think it's Belgium, where they said that at this school these kids were blunt.
Hi, Robin.
They went on record saying that that they were fed other children, there were satanic rituals, and these are just...
Now, this goes back to the satanic panic, because that was a lot of the stuff said there, but that was kind of led on by the police and by, what was her name, Kay? I can't remember what her name is. The head shrinker there from that child of a institute of we're going to freak your kids out, whatever it is. So she kind of... her and the police and also parents. I mean, that initial child's parents, she ended up dying from alcoholism, which is sad, but she was diagnosed schizophrenic. And I think she passed that a lot along to her child. And then her child brought all that out. But you're telling me we go to Hamburg. Now, what year is this again? Sorry.
Homestead cover-up.
Homestead?
Would be mid-90s.
Okay.
So then we've got the Podesta emails.
Oh,
WikiLeaks leaked those.
And that led to Pizzagate.
Pizzagate was a theory prior to that.
Really?
Yeah, and then the Podesta emails. The media, the mainstream media, anytime anything that's, off the cuff, conspiratorial comes out, they band together and they say, didn't happen, it's untrue, this is a conspiracy theory. And they did that with Pizzagate. So Pizzagate was trending, and then they squashed it. It's untrue, it's unproven, this is stupid. I mean, major celebrities came out and they all said the same thing. And then WikiLeaks dumps the emails and everybody's like, pizza's mentioned 400 times.
Wasn't Podesta's emails, wasn't his password like guest or something?
I don't
password.
know. I don't know.
I don't remember much about that. I didn't pay attention to that because
it just seemed too out there.
It seemed like it was way more than...
But now you look like, okay, many stars are coming forward. Mel Gibson, people say he's crazy.
Well, years ago he was saying
but
that.
He's been saying it.
What did he say?
Corey Haim.
Yeah, Corey Haim came forward and talked about...
Still is.
Corey
Feldman.
No, Corey Feldman
Came and talked about Corey Haim. One of
Corey
them actually
Haim
committed suicide.
being molested by what the hell's that guy's name? Tiger Blood guy.
I can't remember who he said, but
no, it's the guy off 2.5 Men.
Oh yeah, Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen. So he talked about Chuck Sheen doing some bad stuff.
So it's been the buzz.
Allegedly, this
right.
is all alleged.
This is all just chatter.
This show is for entertainment, people. Mr. Government Man, G-Man.
Yes. So then we have James Alefantis, Comet Ping Pong. All of that ties back into Pizzagate.
Now, Comet Ping Pong is the pizza place.
Correct.
Okay.
Then we've got Epstein. Now, everyone said Epstein's a great guy. Epstein's a great guy. Then we find out about the Lolita Express and his ranch in New Mexico.
I was hearing stuff about Epstein. I don't know.
Back when he was arrested in Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was swept under the rug real fast. But
yeah.
There were certain shows that I listened to for entertainment at the time that put a lot of concentration on that.
If you want to dive into this, there's a couple of things to look at. One, go watch Justin Bieber's his video for the song Yummy. It's all about pizza and little kids.
Really?
Yeah. At any rate, so then we go to the Lolita Express. That's been proven. Little St. James or Rape Island. That's been proven. So here's the problem with conspiracies. How many coincidences before it's no longer coincidence? So
we need a map with all the strings and the thumbtacks.
So in each one of these, every single one of them, mainstream media, first out the gate, fake. It's all fake. It's fake, 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 fake. Nothing to see here. So they did that with this as well.
Well, remember that ABC lady? What was her name? That was on the hot mic saying, "I had all this stuff on Epstein before."
Oh yeah.
That, and they crushed it so that you know
they said nobody would know who Epstein was,
so that the throne would still give us interviews.
Well, yeah, because he has ties to Prince Andrew.
She had actual interviews with
one of the victims. Yeah.
And now maybe, let's say just maybe, they squashed that for exactly what she said. They're like, this is a kind of a bridge too far, and we're not sure it's allegations, and we don't want to lose. But what if the king of ABC, which I think at the time was the king of Disney, CEO king, whatever,
the Grand Pumbaa,
was also maybe a frequent flyer?
That's the problem. When you don't report the news, but instead censor it through a lens either you own or is given to someone or given to you by someone else, you're no longer being a journalist. You're being an opinion writer. So it's this list that leads us to today, and there's so many more. All of the MK Ultra, Operation Paperclip, all of these things, they give us this sense that there's something going on just beyond what we're understanding. So here's how this drops. Lady on Reddit is a part of these conspiracy groups, a lot of things. She mostly posts about home improvements, but she follows a couple of threads on Reddit about conspiracies. She actually is shopping on Wayfair for storage cabinets. Now, she notices that some of these storage cabinets have the same size, shape, materials, description. However, some of them are $400. Some of them are $14,000. So she just...
And isn't there odd names too?
Well, she didn't make that she didn't connect those dots. She was getting ready to go on vacation, she says. So she just, on Reddit, she was like, wonder if this is a conspiracy. Why are these cabinets so high priced? Let me tell you, that's all it took. 1 million people went, and they found everything. So right out the gate, first thing, mainstream media shows up. They're like, oh, we've got to debunk this. No, it didn't happen. No, that's not true. Ben Collins was one of the first people to get on board with now I like Ben Collins. He was the Stig.
Huh?
He was the Stig on Top Gear.
Ben Collins was, huh?
Yeah, I like him. But he was one of the first ones right out the gate.
I thought the Stig was a professional race car driver.
Yes, that's who Ben Collins is. He's a journalist, race car driver.
Oh, he's a race car driving journalist, huh?
Yes. So...
Are you telling me that my favorite British car show maybe allegedly for entertainment purposes only, G-Man?
No, I think that the mainstream media likes to just take things at face value. This isn't happening. This is
maybe
easier.
They're afraid if they go crazy, they'll lose that access.
I mean, perhaps, but he's one of the first ones out. And he says, this is trending today. They falsely claimed glitches on storage boxes prove that the company is trafficking children. Now, the mainstream media reported it that the conspiracy theorists, and they group the QAnons into this for some reason. Like it has something to do with...
Is QAnon? I haven't looked into QAnon much. Do they cover the pedophile stuff?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So it might be a legitimate grouping.
Yeah. So they've grouped it with QAnons. But he says that there's nothing to this. And the mainstream media goes out and reports that the conspiracy is that if you order a cabinet from Wayfair, it's going to arrive at your house with a kid in it. That's not the conspiracy. The conspiracy is there's no cabinet. That they're using mainstream outlets to reach their people.
It's an above ground black market.
Yes. Making it easier for your average pedo to
so there's
access.
Probably like a lost kids website where you go to look at missing and exploited children, but there's names, maybe a number, that then you go to Wayfair and look in particular areas, say cabinets for girls and I don't know, chest of drawers for boys or something like that.
Or perhaps even, more so than that. There was the Dutroux guy in, where was he at? Germany? He was actually filling orders for people, picking up kids.
He was picking children up?
Yeah, filling orders for people who were requesting them. And then...
Did he know that they were...
Yeah, because he was torturing them too. And he actually... This is all proven.
So he was doing I
think it's Mark Dutroux. We'll have to do a whole show on him, but it's all in the court documents.
Is he in jail now?
Well, he was sentenced. I don't know if he passed away in jail or was
he sentenced to passed away in jail? Never mind.
Yeah, I don't know. But one of the guys.
I want to add. I mean, we've got lethal injection. We've got, I guess, hanging still out there and gun. But can we have faulty, really slow wood chipper? Can that be like really slow? I'm talking. The guy turns it on. He's got to fill the gas tank halfway through your legs. Just really slow and faulty. I want it to skip a tooth once in a while.
Yeah. So maybe it was, there's a website, you go there.
And we could put a big canvas on the other side. Sell the art.
That would sell. We'd have to
figure out how to seal it so it doesn't get to stinking. But
we've got to cover Marina Abramovic. She would sell that art.
Who's
Marina Abramovic?
Okay, we're getting sidetracked.
Yeah. Anyway,
sorry.
So the conspiracy is not that people believe that you like this, like UPS shows up and this big heavy container comes out and you open it. Oh, hi, there's a kid inside. That's not the conspiracy. The conspiracy is that this is a way to traffic from point A to point B and collect money.
So these are probably different orders where if you click on the Wayfair, I want to buy this, that one doesn't go through your usual UPS guy. That order gets selected through the dild hole that picks them up.
One thing we have to recognize first in looking into this, Wayfair's a lot like Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon or eBay.
People can go on and sell their wares.
Register as a private seller.
Yes.
Or Etsy.
So we don't know. It's not being shipped from, they're not being housed at Wayfair's.
Wayfair's got a special cottage.
Yeah. They literally could just be a way to connect people. So here's what the keyboard warriors found within, 10 seconds. There was so much. It was coming so fast, and as fast as they were uploading it, they were being censored. Video censored, video censored, video censored.
So this might be censored and pulled down.
Oh, yes, on all platforms.
Okay.
So, for instance, you can pull up the pictures that I sent to you. The second picture, there was a missing girl.
This one right here.
Yes. So this is not a normal name. Duplessis is her name. Okay, we're getting weird with names today, but that is not like, it's not like Jane.
13-year-old Samara Duplessis. So that's her last name is Duplessis.
Yes. Now, she went missing, and there's a Zodiac pillow.
Uh-huh.
It says Cancer. At any rate, it says Duplessis Zodiac sign, astrological constellation personalized throw pillow, $9,999.
So this is right off of Wayfair.
That is what was on Wayfair. It's gone. They've scrubbed the site.
So that is gone. So someone did a screen capture of this and put it next to
correct
the missing child.
So on the left of your screen is what was the actual listing on Wayfair. On the right was her missing person.
Let me share this because, sorry guys, I need to share it. Sometimes you got to wake me up. Okay, I'm sharing it now.
So now this Samara Duplessis, although was missing, has been found.
Oh, she has? Where at?
I don't know if they released that, but she did. I did see subsequent that she had been found.
Is she alive and well? Well, Duplessis, I don't know. Is there a Duplessis pillow factory?
No. See, here's the thing.
Okay.
Wayfair has openly come out and said, well, yeah, people can name them whatever. But most of Wayfair's things, if you look through their site today, they're all named after like people like Sarah and Mark.
See, I've never shopped on Wayfair, so Wayfair might have some.
So the next one, if you scroll up, the next one is the infamous, other way.
Scroll down.
The infamous storage cabinets. These are it, guys. Yaritza kind of lit everything on fire. Okay. The Yaritza storage cabinet. Yaritza, again, not a common name. I would guarantee you, just do a people search for the name Yaritza. You're not going to find a lot. There's the Annabelle 5-shelf. Now, I just want you to look at the price of these. It was $12,000.
That must be a nice storage cabinet.
Yeah.
They don't match, though.
Well, these are two different ones.
Oh,
but what the initial poster did was she realized that WFX Utility, the manufacturer, has this storage cabinet listed several times. Same dimensions, same size, same weight, different prices. So if you scroll down some more, here's some more examples. Baby dinosaur pictures. This one's a little grainy to see. Again, I had to grab all these screen grabs. $30,000 for 4. For a set of 4 framed art. And if you go down more.
So you've got one here. It's a Triceratops, looks like a raptor, and a stego. And over here's horses and a lion.
Yep. And the prices is is kind of where these people are getting this from. The next one is a Kahaya 10 light cluster. It was $23,000.
Wow.
It says only 6 left in stock. Buy soon. What they found when they researched that, there was the Kahaya Bahari Indonesian wreck where most of the passengers were women and children fleeing fighting between the Christians and the Muslims, and they weren't found. They were never found. So now we've got a Kahaya 10 light cluster for $16,999. Then if you keep going, I mean, it just keeps going and going and going. And so they started double checking other sites. So here's another one, Sanibel. I'm not familiar with it, but they've got a beanbag sofa for $10,000.
Where are we at? Right.
Keep going.
Here.
Yeah. They've got a futon couch, $10,000.
Wow. Okay.
So if you go down,
that's a bean bag.
A beanbag, $10,000. So you have to question, like, are these all just mistakes in printing? The next one, again, D'Alejandro is
that a double S make a H sound?
Yeah, D'Alejandro. His name is Branda de Alejandro. I'm guessing because they didn't put the apostrophe in the rug.
Oh.
But he's missing. He vanishes. Desperate plea to find him. Oh, look, there's a rug for $26,000.
Oh.
Again, Chalia LED, bladeless ceiling fan, $32,000. Oh, look, $519.20, missing person, Chalia Katano from Hawaii. She went missing on 5/18 and was found the next day.
Okay.
Now,
so she went missing. When was this date of this poll right here?
We don't know how long that had been up, because Wayfair doesn't have, similar to Amazon, where you can see how many days it's been on, or eBay where you can see how many days it's been on. Again, it's the coincidence that there's a Chalia and then there's a Chalia missing. And then again, another screen grab from the prints.
Mm-hmm.
But then someone
$30,000.
On the thread says the weight. So they had been looking at these extensively, and he said the weight, you're focusing on the wrong aspect, not the price. You need to focus on the weight. So some of these, 12 by 12 was 20 pounds, 18 by 18 was 24, 24 by 24 was 28, and we're talking pictures. 32 by 32 was 32 pounds. So he says, here the average weight of a 12-month-old baby is 20 pounds. 18 months old is 24. 24 months old is 28. So they all correlate. Then, I mean, people just went crazy with this. People who said they worked at Wayfair. You just don't know. You just don't know. One of them says, I worked for Wayfair for almost a year. The boxes were so unnecessarily heavy. We had a certain door for what they called ASAPs, meaning that they needed to get shipped within the last hour, and all the boxes were 100 to 150 pounds.
Now, okay, let's, just for the sake of argument, this guy may just be kind of
just wanting to get attention.
Adding, stirring the pot.
We don't know. The next is the official. This is the official response from Wayfair.
John Castillo?
John Castillo. He's a spokesperson for Wayfair. this Ayana is a blogger that was just like, hey, clarify this for me. He says, thanks for reaching out. Below is our official statement. This is the one he gave to all the news and everything. It says, there is, of course, no truth to these claims. The products in questions are industrial-grade cabinets.
A $10,000.
That are accurately priced.
I could see if you were buying it from Grainger, but from... I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with Grainger, but
even from Snap-on, they're not that much.
Yeah. For just the low price of a little bit of your soul every month, you can buy this ratchet.
He says, recognizing that photos and descriptions provided by the supplier did not adequately explain the high price point. We have temporarily removed the products from the site to rename them and provide a more in-depth description and photos that accurately depict the product to clarify the price point. What can those baby pictures going for $30,000 possibly be made of? Foreskin? Foreskin pictures? $30,000. They're prints. They're not art. They're prints.
I could see maybe if they were originals by some guy with a French name or something.
And then slide on up to the next one. This happens right in the middle of it. Human trafficking narcotics ring busts net. That's
the last I got.
Local man. Oh, that's it?
Okay. So just tell us the story. I'll stop to share.
26-year-old Barnesville man was arrested after the Covina County Sheriff's Office and the Department of Homeland Security took down a human trafficking organization based in Newman, California. What's he wearing?
He's wearing a Wayfair shirt.
He's wearing a Wayfair shirt.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, that is creepy.
The boy's not helping your plight at all.
Do you think Wayfair's in on it, or do you think they're an innocent bystander stuck in the middle?
I think it's a lot like Craigslist. I think it's a lot like...
There was a Craigslist. Oh, there was a Craigslist murders. There was Craigslist kidnappings.
They carry so limited liability for, and I'm sure their website is set up like this.
As they should. They should carry no liability.
Yes. This has absolutely nothing to do with the company Wayfair. They've been in the news a lot. There's been a lot of chatter. They've had several employee walkouts. Ain't none of my business.
They've had employees just say, screw this.
They had a nationwide walkout.
Wow. Now, does Wayfair have warehouses like Amazon?
Yeah.
So
they've had some inner turmoil.
If Wayfair is this middle ground, then probably how it runs is the orders are made, and maybe there even is a cabinet that is fulfilled, but that sends a signal for another article to be delivered at the same time or contact to be made.
Correct.
Okay.
So even in every conspiracy board that I've been on with regards to this, everyone agrees that this has nothing to do with Wayfair, other than it seems to be people are kind of taking it over and perhaps using it like they did with Craigslist.
Craigslist had a substantial amount of creepy stuff. There was a couple of Craigslist muggers, there was a dating Craigslist.
I mean, the one murderer was hiring farm help through Craigslist.
Yeah.
And then he was holding them captive and killing them.
Yeah.
So this, I know Wayfair's like, stop talking about
So I wonder how Wayfair could step in and take this over.
I think the best PR, the best way to shut up this conspiracy, honestly, would be for Wayfair to say, okay, we hear you. We're gonna take some security measures. We're going to ensure that.
But what could they do to stop it?
I don't know.
Because
maybe
then they could just
verify the actual product by what the product weight says and things.
I guess. I mean,
but people can charge whatever they want to for a product. They can. So
Robin says this is so obvious it wouldn't even make a good novel.
Exactly.
This is just horrible.
That's the thing. How many coincidences? And I only literally we could sit here all damn night and I could show you one after another after another after another. Missing child, a product that's overpriced. Missing child, a product that's overpriced. Missing child, a product that's overpriced. Not only that, but people who got into the Wayfair site and were able to view this before it went crazy and Wayfair pulled it all down, said that these products you can't just order. You have to have a code. When you call to order these products, you can't just order these $14,000 or $40,000 products.
So is it like a promotion code?
No, you have to email the email that's on there to get a code.
Oh shit. So
like they're vetting to make sure that you're not an FBI agent or something.
Now,
and again, that's just hearsay.
Wayfair would dig in for another thing. They would just start another one. What we need to do is we need to make these pedophile rings. We need to make an example of them.
Well,
we need to make a capital example of them worldwide.
The plot thickens slightly because a picture surfaced that people are going crazy about.
Okay. So that's Ghislaine Maxwell and someone else.
The president of Wayfair.
Oh, Mother Flower.
Yeah. So there is a photo circulating of Ghislaine Maxwell. And
is it Ghislaine or Ghislaine?
She says it's Ghislaine. She takes offense.
Call her dipshit.
According to the spelling.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would argue that highfalutin people hang out with other highfalutin people.
Yes, yes.
I would also argue that perhaps this picture surfaced because Ghislaine was caught, and then shortly after, people started noticing the Wayfair garbage.
Do we need to put out a sorry for your suicide? Is it too soon?
I don't think it's too soon, but I did see some videos that I think were a little too soon on TikTok where they were like, I wonder what I got in my cabinet. And they open it, one of their kids jump out. Hey, look, honey, it's a kid. That's a little too soon.
Oh.
But if this is all above board, I mean, even Ellen got dragged down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, but Ellen had already
she had a pillow.
Her show had been canceled like a month ago, right?
She had a pillow on Wayfair for like $20,000.
Ellen did, huh?
A pillow.
What'd she say? I farted on this one. She want pink eye from me?
She stands by her price.
Ellen Pink Eye?
That's what she said.
Probably doesn't know what money means. But anyways, her show got canceled, what, a month ago?
I believe
Just because they saw, when we don't have the cool guy playing the music and all the guests, you're boring, and you need to run your. Anyways, her show got lame real fast, so it's kind of gone.
So this Wayfair takes you down the rabbit hole. For instance, if you take any of these that I've shared with you, I would suggest you don't. Could get you into some hot water. There is a Russian search engine called Yandex.
Okay.
It's like our Google.
Okay.
If you
Googleski.
If you put in kids, it's all normal pictures. It's all normal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
However, there was a screenshot. Tom Hanks, tying back to Pedogate.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Hanks likes to take pictures of missing items, a glove, a shoe, a whatever, and they're all over his Twitter. On one of the Twitter pictures, it's a glove that's been discarded, and then on the ground next to it, it looks like it's written in chalk. It says SRCUSA. Nobody knew what it was. These people have started to put it together. If you take these Wayfair lot numbers and you put them into Yandex, like I said, I wouldn't suggest doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And you if you put before
what
them.
What is the explosive ratio of a Tomahawk missile?
Yes. If you put SRC USA in front of these Wayfair numbers, it pulls up inappropriate pictures of children.
Oh.
Every one of them.
So it pulls up maybe the shopping list?
I don't know, but
why isn't blacklist a real thing?
Right.
You know, where a bad guy tells on worse bad guys?
Right. I would love that. But I mean,
Russell says they make movies all the time. These are Hollywood pedophiles that are behind a lot of the child trafficking.
Yes. So if we put this all together, okay, are you ready?
No, okay.
400,000. Sit with that number for a second.
400K.
400,000 missing child reports every year. Where are they going? Where are they going? 400,000 anything, we would find a large number of them.
Yeah. Now, how many maybe it's
they have a like a closing rate of about 12%. So 88% gone.
So 360,000
so yeah,
roughly.
So we have Ashton Kutcher, who came out. He stopped acting. I think it was in 2006. He stopped acting because he had seen a video while he was, amongst these elites of something so horrifying that he built an entire network and spent his own money to rescue trafficked children. He said, this is huge. He said it before Congress. He said, I have seen things that I can't unsee. I've got to help these kids.
How come he didn't turn in any of those elite bastards?
Maybe he did. I don't know.
Maybe, Ashton, you could just give me a name.
Yeah. So it's happening. That is undeniable. It's happening so much. Did you see all the stuff with Chrissy Teigen this week?
Okay, yeah, Chrissy Teigen. I saw some stuff on that, but you dug into that. So she had like 30,000 emails that she
Twitter tweets.
Or yeah, tweeters.
She's a tweeter.
Okay.
I would also like to mention.
Rebecca says, or Robin says, we're getting no sound. Are we getting sound, people? Can you hear us? Maybe they've already come after us.
There'll be a knock at the door.
I guess we should check and see if anything else is going on.
Are we back yet?
I don't know. I guess I'll just check it this way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Russell hears us. We got sound. All right.
Okay. So.
Okay.
Whew. Chrissy Teigen and her husband.
Now, who is Chrissy Teigen? Who is this individual?
Well,
what's her background? Is she a singer, songwriter, dancer, comic person? Does she?
Okay, she is married to John Legend.
Okay, now
who's a singer. Yes.
Isn't he like voted most handsome man alive most of the time or something?
Something, yeah. Okay. Most of the time. Her and her husband are on the flight log for Epstein's Rape Island. So people are looking at her.
Rape Island. Let's give it a softer name. Let's call it Involuntary Underage Sexual Assault Resort.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she's a model. Norma says she's a model.
Okay.
I saw a picture of her earlier. How do I put this? Was she a model or does she model Predator costumes? Like Predator the monster on the movies.
Could be.
Because she's got a scary looking face to me. At least the picture I saw earlier today that just jumped into my feed.
So they're falling, or at least socially, they're being held somewhat accountable for the things that they say. Chrissy Teigen erased, I think it was 60,000 total tweets.
60,000?
Yeah.
I haven't sent 60,000 emails in my whole life. Well, that's not a far stretch to say. I mean, you've emailed me. How often do I get back? I haven't had 60,000 phone calls.
So her tweets are disturbing. The ones that she's removed. See, I think she's under the impression that they're gone. Look, nothing to see here, people.
Move along.
But a lot of them have pizza
are not
references.
the droids you're looking for.
A lot of them have pizza references.
Uh-huh.
She actually says in one of them, "Oh, that boy makes me want to Anthony Weiner him."
Whoa.
In a tweet.
What does her husband say about her talk?
He was on the Lolita Express. I mean, these people are so bold. In your face, bold. Look up Justin Bieber's Yummy video for my listeners. Look it up. Watch it.
Justin Bieber's Yummy. Is it now? It's a song?
Yes. He also tried to come out saying,
no,
he tried to come out saying that he was molested.
Oh, I'm sure. You know, just look at Harvey Weinstein. Now that that's come out, you can probably guarantee that.
Well, one of Harvey's very best friends was Oprah Winfrey, and she would take people all the time to meet him. Did she know? Was
she the one who?
She was
like
also
before she closed the door, she'd hit that little lock and then close it.
She also was on the Lolita Express.
Yeah, well.
So here's another one from Chrissy Teigen. Seeing little girls do splits half naked is just ... I want to put myself in jail.
What?
No kidding. You can't outrun these.
Jesus. Oh.
Yeah. And I mean, some of them I can't even repeat. One of them says, "I'm going to jail over pizza." Someone was like, "What do you mean by that, Chrissy?"
Chrissy, how do you spell it? CRI?
CHRISSY.
HRISSY.
TEIGEN. Tweets.
Oh, I just want to look at an image of her. I'm afraid to read the tweets. Not to mention they've probably been. Okay, let's see what Chrissy Teigen looks like. Robin says she always thought Oprah was creepy. Russell says Oprah knew. I think you're right.
So here's the deal. How could she not?
Well,
I mean, perhaps if one person, but if Harvey Weinstein is a total dirtbag, it was humming around everywhere that he went.
Where was that scary picture?
How would you not know?
Earlier? How
would you not know? Of course you'd know.
I don't.
And the people around St. James Island, the surrounding area, because you have to take it by boat or plane to get there, they actually said, yeah, we saw lots of little girls on that island. It was his thing. What do you mean? Nobody said anything? What are you talking about?
And the sad thing is like Chrissy Teigen probably got a little bit of hurt when she first entered the modeling humana. See, like somebody's like that. Oh, Jesus Christ. She has a baby?
Yeah, they have a baby.
Oh, I'm so sorry, little baby. I'm so sorry. Well, no, they're probably good to their children. They just eat or whatever.
Yeah. So if you're ever in a position where, let's say middle of the road, 40,000 of the tweets you've put out there are so questionable that when people start saying you're a pedophile, you have to go through and delete them.
Okay.
I have an issue with that.
How many tweets has she sent in total?
Oh, hundreds and hundreds of thousands. She tweets like 6 times a day.
Really?
Literally. About everything. and a lot of the time about pizza, I would say.
Now, I saw a little graph that said pizza is girls. What is it?
Hot dog is boys.
Hot dogs is boys. And then it breaks down into different everything's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm fine.
Do you think Chrissy Teigen got damaged when she was becoming a model?
Here's the deal. Epstein and Ghislaine have left a trail of impressionable young girls in their path who they first abused and then hired to bring them more girls. And these girls have come forward. They both feel bad and guilty for doing this terrible work. I mean, they were introducing their friends to Jeffrey Epstein. I just finished the book that was written about him in far too much detail than anyone should ever know about that sick man. But
I still think he was
a convenient death. That's what I just finished.
I think he was I still think that he was like a blackmailer for.
Well, he was nothing. He came from nothing.
Yeah, but I think he did blackmailing for.
Sure.
If I was to guess, I would say the Mossad. And I would say the Mossad and the CIA are inseparable, so probably for both of them.
Now, Ghislaine has said she has video proof.
Her dad was a confirmed agent for the Mossad.
Yes.
In England.
And she was really tight with the royal family, Prince Andrew in particular. People actually said that they had a thing. People also, in the book, they say that, Bill Clinton, for as disgusting as he is, and as many times as he was over there, that he had a thing for Ghislaine. That was his deal.
Really?
He would go there for her. I don't know how much of that is true either. But if all of the connecting points come together, how are we still not making...
But how many of our leadership, like how many of our heads of state and heads of Oprah and all that stuff now are sitting there looking at, they're going to question Ghislaine.
Oh, they better be scared.
Dirtbag. But so let's say they question her. Like if she was to answer questions in front of a congressional committee right now, how many of them would be like staring her down and getting all grizzly with her, giving her the stink eye?
They need to play this. Like I said with Epstein, I will concur with Ghislaine. There needs to be an independent panel of people that could not possibly have benefited from these escapades in any way to be the jurors, to be the people in the room. We need to leave heads of states and anyone in any position of power completely out, because even if they had nothing to do with it, they know someone who did. So they are biased right out the gate. Too many high connections. And people really should be frightened if we play our cards right, because the prosecutors, Barr and the others, have said, we're going to cut a deal. And we're going to prosecute those who she names to the fullest extent.
So how many flights do you think are being scheduled right now?
Yeah. You add that to that thing I shared with you. President Trump announced that he's preparing Gitmo for American prisoners.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a different animal there.
Who are you going to put there? Who's going there?
Well, Carl says, what do you do when people start catching on that celebs don't age and the pedo ring?
Yeah. So, Carl, did you watch
You get 23andMe to research clones so you can still stay young.
Now, there is.
Has anyone in our listening group done the spit test?
Yeah, the 23andMe. They scare me. I don't want them to have my DNA. No. I don't want him to have my DNA, not for cloning purposes. Like, why are you going to clone me? Like, clone something really fantastic.
I mean,
but what if I'm framed for something later?
Yeah, no shit.
Because my DNA is on site.
I mean, after this, we'll never be framed. Russell says Epstein was the low man on the totem pole.
Yeah, that's the scary part. He was so low, they just discarded his ass.
He might have been the contact man.
Here's what people think about Epstein. That he didn't really have any money. He was just moving other people's money around.
He had lots of money, but what if it was other people's money?
Yeah, it's all other people's.
What if they're like, you get a stipend, whatever, but you're our contact man?
Yeah. True.
Yep.
Ghislaine's probably one step above him.
Yeah,
and then let me tell you.
She might have been his controller.
Let me tell you, there are people, powerful people above her. Powerful people.
Yeah. Cody says Nancy Pelosi sent her little daughters to the island to help out.
I heard. Nancy said that. That's not a rumor.
Ooh.
Nancy said prior to Epstein being arrested, when she was like, Epstein's a great guy, I sent my daughters there to help out on his island over the summer. Take it back, Nancy Pelosi.
Or get your daughters lots of therapy.
Seriously.
Because some shit went down. Or,
Yeah.
I don't need it. Poor little kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rebecca says Oprah's Island. I think all the fuss over...
Again, more connections. There's an island, a tiny, tiny little island. When I was looking on Google Earth, there's this tiny little island. It's about a 40-minute boat trip, approximately, from Epstein's Island. Guess who owns it?
Really? So Oprah's got one of them little shady places.
Bill and Hillary Clinton own.
The Clintons. I thought they owned Haiti.
That too. There's a tiny little island off of the coast of St. James.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's open. It's owned by Bill and Hillary Clinton.
Does it have any weird temples on it and stuff?
No, not that you can see.
Maybe that's where they plan on running to. Maybe that's maybe they don't get flights. Maybe they hop on boats or a series of,
Maybe this Wayfair thing sprung up because Epstein was killed and Ghislaine was in hiding. And they needed another way to get rid of this overstock of children.
Oh.
I mean, maybe they really are that shallowly connected.
Oh. Cody's asking about your phone tracker thing.
Yeah.
So Betsy, the TikTok
listen, this video came across, and I want you guys to try this because I've tried it on mine. I'm going to show Jared. If you open up your phone, this guy said...
No, I tried it on mine, and it called the Verizon.
It just called Verizon.
Bad number. So Verizon's either tracking me or not. I'm stuck with that.
It's hard to say. This guy said, listen, you want to know if your phone's being tracked? Here, I'll tell you how. So you open up your phone and you dial *#21# call. It opens up.
Yeah, it opens up a different screen. So it opens up
like an internal.
Yeah, if I hit the angle just right. And it tells you
and he says, you want to make sure all of these say disabled. So I want you guys to try this because it works on my phone.
Voice call forwarding, data call forwarding, fax call forwarding, SMS call forwarding. But what if?
This guy said, if any of these says enabled, you're in trouble.
What if?
So it's *#21# call. And it opens up the internal log to see if any of these interrogation settings have been enabled. Okay. All of mine are disabled. We'll see after this here podcast. But
so it's *#21#. Okay, so you guys go ahead and try that at home. And but anyway, so we've covered some creepiness today. This is an impromptu show planned out.
And listen, all of this is speculation. It's all speculation.
I sent Betsy down the rabbit hole the last 2 days.
Yeah.
This show is for entertainment purposes only.
And I will tell you this, for something that is unproven and conspiratorial, Google is wiped. YouTube is wiped. TikTok is wiped. Facebook is wiped. You even mention Wayfair, they fact check you and censor it.
The big question will be is, do you think this will make it onto YouTube?
We have to title it.
We have such a small listener group that it might.
We may squeak by, but we have.
Thanks, Jeremy. Jeremy says he loves the show. But anyways, we want to open it up for if you guys want to call in. So
yes, if you have any comments or anything that I missed, it's
or if you just have thoughts or just want to say hi to everyone. The Zoom number, if you have Zoom, is 437-838-5171.
And you don't have to be on video; you can just be on call.
Yeah. We can go down by ourselves on this sinking ship. Or Skype is Jared at the Wow Pod. Is that right?
Yeah, Jared at the Wow Pod.
Yeah. So if you guys want to call in, comments, or humana.
Cody says, you'll think when the feds say hi on your next podcast.
Wow.
And that's the thing, Russ, is it does get crazier the deeper you dig. And it also gets more solid. The deeper you dig, the more connections you find. And I love a good conspiracy theory, but some of them are just like completely out there. Like Belix, his conspiracy theory of, being on board the Philadelphia experiment and then kicked out 30 years earlier or later or whatever it was.
30 years later, and then being sent back to destroy it, and then be euthanized, not euthanized, but made youthful.
Okay, so Misty just sent me, hers says call forwarding unconditionally is sync, not forwarded. I'm guessing that means that it's disabled.
Carl says someone leaked a whole list of people tied to this. He goes by Q, I think. That's probably that QAnon
so that's QAnon. And QAnon, strangely enough, did a drop almost a year and a half ago. Now, the QAnons picked this up as soon as Wayfair broke. They just started throwing these drops. And we'll do a show on QAnon, but he did a drop a year and a half ago that said Wayfair had a walkout. Why, you ask? Talk about the missing children. QAnon said that a year and a half ago. Now, the walkout at Wayfair was about Wayfair giving furniture to these detention camps at the border. The employees at Wayfair thought that the detention camps at the border at the time under the Obama administration were just terrible places, and they didn't want to be connected as a company, so they nationally walked out. Q dropped, ask Wayfair about the missing children.
Oh, Carl, I think, just sent me the picture of it.
So, yeah, it's the further you get down the rabbit hole.
There's a whole list of names here.
Kathy
Griffin.
Oh, yeah. We talked about her adrenochrome.
Katy Perry.
Uh-huh.
Kevin Spacey. Surprise. I'll fall over in shock. Oh, Madonna is on there. Again, surprise.
Madonna has made
Naomi Campbell.
Yeah.
I want to see if there's a Woody Allen. Oh, I thought oh no, he's the creepy guy who married his.
Not Woody Harrelson.
Okay. Woody Harrelson's not on here, is he? Good. Whew, I didn't want to fall totally apart tonight.
Yeah.
Wanda Sykes. Will Ferrell. Will Smith.
Will Ferrell has a couple of disgusting videos.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Tom Hanks.
You can only find them in the deep, dark.
Steven Tyler. Oh.
That
Steven
one.
Spielberg.
Now, Steven Spielberg was called out by Isaac Cappy.
Okay.
Isaac Cappy before he was suicided.
Who's Isaac Cappy?
Isaac Cappy he played in Thor and a couple other movies.
Okay.
He did this big monologue, about an hour and a half. It's still on YouTube, but only because every time YouTube deletes it, someone keeps uploading it. So he did this big monologue where he basically said, Seth Rogen, pedophile. Steven Spielberg, pedophile. Tom Hanks, pedophile. He named all these names, and then he said, let me just tell you, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I'm not suicidal, but this isn't going to end well for me. I can't
Will Ferrell
play
did this?
along. No, Isaac Cappy did this.
Isaac Cappy did
and
this.
And then they found him at the bottom of a bridge.
Oh, he
ran
was that
over.
young guy. He got run over by his own car, didn't he? Like his own car.
He
pinned him against the wall.
So here's the official
like
story.
24. He was an Arabian guy, right?
The bridge. He jumped off the bridge and then was smashed into by his own car.
Huh.
Suicide. Clear suicide.
You know, I always call it clear suicide when you take 2 rounds to the back of the head.
Yes. Clear suicide.
Yes.
So if in fact, back to the Wayfarer, if in fact Jeffrey Epstein's his funnel had run dry because he's no longer there to manage it, people, I mean, who knows about the dark web? Not many people know how to get on the dark web. Hidden in plain sight is often the easiest way to get away with things. What we have today that I think we didn't have even 10 years ago is access. These pedophiles don't realize that everyone's got access, and especially
That's
now,
true.
We're all at home, yo. We got nothing better to do than click away and find you. I mean, given the current state, we have Operation Underground, which we talked about on our Adrenochrome show.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally begging for more money. He said there's so many children being trafficked. We have the President of the United States mentioning over the last 3 years, probably 40 times, I'm going to stop human trafficking. It's a very big deal. It's a bigger deal than anyone understands. It's my number one priority. We've got Ashton Kutcher fighting it. We've got Jim Carrey has lost his noodle. Now, he was listed on the Lolita Express, and now he says that he's just a group of tetrahedrons, and we're all just tetrahedrons bouncing off of one another, and he's kind of trying to find his way again. I'm guessing he knows some things, has seen some things, but doesn't really want to implode his life. Mel Gibson has come forward and said it.
Mel Gibson started saying it years ago, though.
Yeah. A lot of people did. Michael Jackson did. Prince did. After Michael Jackson's death, his sister starts with an L.
Yeah.
She, on live television, said they had him killed.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
They had him killed. Not he died of an overdose, but they had him killed. He was now.
Now, do you think Michael Jackson was?
I don't know, because people have come out and said, yes, he is. However, other people have come out and said, no, but he was abused.
Oh, I'm sure he was abused, but we don't need to talk about his old man right now.
Yeah.
You know, that's why you don't make kids sleep in the fireplace.
Well, he's a
sad
story anyway, because he was chemically castrated when he was very young so that he could keep his voice high.
Voice, yeah. All for fame. That old was it Joe Jackson, man? Is that his name? His old man's name?
Yeah, Joseph.
Yeah.
So I think it's important in all of these to remember that, these are just, conspiracies. They're just rumors. However, hold your children really close, because this world is far more disgusting than any of us had any idea even 5 years ago.
Do you think maybe that's how you break through into that Hollywood game?
We kind of covered that on Adrenochrome. My theory is you start out kind of innocent. It's kind of like politicians. You start out innocent. You're like, I want to change the world. I want to sing my song. I got a great voice. You show up and they're already just kind of sick. The whole group of them. You want to be a part of this group. And so little by little, you are desensitized to this sickness. Maybe you see something.
So they introduce you
and then
to
they talk
a little
about
bite
something.
of a time.
And then if you really want to make it big.
Next thing you know, you're in a bathtub with a whole
Katy
bunch
Perry.
of baby blood.
Katy Perry is case in point. She went from Lady Gaga, case in point, nothing, absolutely nothing, to huge star, and everything she does is satanic. Everything.
Yeah, I've noticed that. She
is
started
satanic.
out as a Christian singer.
Yeah, Lady Gaga
and now
did.
she does some really, like that Dark Horse. That was
Yeah. And she's friends with Marina Abramovic. She says that she's her muse and whatever. And she's been seen at these parties with all of the same cast of characters. So I think that after you're desensitized, it's like religion. It's literally like religion. You understand that in order to get from point A to point B, that you have to be willing to accept these things. And then once you accept those, then to get to the next step, maybe mega stardom, or to get a new record label, or $1 million this, or a house, or that.
Do you think
you have to then agree to be a part of, to take part in?
And then they'll push you out there in more and more stuff. Do you think that like what's his name? The Tom Cruise. You know how he's knee deep in Scientology. Do you think that he's also part of this, or do you think that that's like another path you can take? You can join our hokey religion worshiping Xenu, or you can.
Now, Cruise is not listed on the Lolita, and he's also not. There's not any pictures that surfaced with him. I would say 100% Cruise knows. 100%, because he works so closely with all these people.
Yeah, but it makes you wonder if that by joining Scientology, he got to skip the creepy part.
Yeah.
Because Scientology, they do that old, you hold on to the cans and they ask you questions, you know.
You get to exercise your thetans.
Yeah. And so by that, they're doing kind of a rudimentary exam on you or whatever. So because he went that route, maybe they've not included him in their parties. So
it's hard to say, because Kathy Griffin is also a Scientologist. And she's been named. I mean, she was on the Lolita Express.
Oh, maybe she went both routes. She's like a triple agent.
I don't know. She looks
Kathy Griffin's.
She looks like a snake that's molting.
Dude, she is coming out of her skin. I'm telling you, if they don't up that blood soon. All right. Carl says a guy that was running the dark web was recently arrested in France. Yeah. It won't surprise me if more info starts flooding in. And Trump, with all the news again, makes me wonder if all these people want him out because they are afraid. Yeah. Well,
so
definitely.
The idea, and people, they're quick to say, well, Trump was friends with Epstein. And it was released, I think, 3 days ago, the documents. Trump heard Epstein had assaulted someone at Mar-a-Lago, had him nixed, kicked him out. He was ex-nayed.
Yeah, or not even, I don't, yeah. And I'm not going to stand up for Trump because, you know.
It's likely they stayed in the same circles.
It's
because
I
they
don't think
all
you can
run
stand
together.
Up for anyone.
Yeah. They all run together.
Robin says, "Eyed wide shut, and the young girl's having sex with her." Now, Kubrick, here's a crazy story. So Kubrick, the director of Eyes Wide Shut, he was knee deep in the circles. He kind of had some tie-in with the moon landing, and he directed a whole bunch of crazy movies. A phenomenal director. He knew how to capture a person, and suspense. And when he was a director, commonly a lot of the people that were on his films would come out messed up. But Tom Cruise was on Eyes Wide Shut, and that was about high political intersex ring wearing weird masks and walking around topless all the time. Anyway, so Kubrick made the movie, showed it to, I think it was Paramount or whichever studio, showed it to them the first screening, you know, this is what I made for you, here you go. And they said, people that were outside the office said, he could hear the producer screaming at him and yelling at him, this is unacceptable, whatever, we can't have this, whatever. And Kubrick's like, you know, screw you, this is true or whatever. Anyways, 3 days later, Kubrick's dead. A couple weeks or a month or two after that, they released the movie, and people who had seen it reported to say, that's not the movie we made.
Oh, they changed it.
So
it had been buffered.
Yeah.
Chris Cornell is another example. Singer from that Soundgarden.
Yeah.
Temple of the Dog.
No, he's Stone Temple Pilots, I think. Anyway, someone will correct me.
His last song. Now, he was also working closely with two other people who also committed suicide.
Yeah, the guy from Lincoln Park.
Yeah, they were working on the Silent Children program.
Yeah, and
on a documentary called Silent Children.
Supposedly, they were going to come out with a whole bunch of stuff, and
I'm going to tell you
suicide.
Lyrics from his song, the last song he wrote called Hunger Strike. It says, yeah, it's on the table, the fire's cooking, and they're farming babies. The slaves are all working.
Mm-hmm.
Blood is on the table, the mouths are all choking, but I'm going hungry.
Well, yeah, I believe, wasn't that originally a Nazareth song?
I don't know.
I believe that was originally a Nazareth song. But yeah, there was, yeah.
It's just, how many coincidences? How many? How many before it's no longer a coincidence? I mean, happy little accidents.
Is it just all us little measly ants just digging around and drawing red strings, or could there really be this shit going on? Now, on a side note,
I don't know, because
I want everyone to look up a name for me. I want you to look up Dr. We'll say it easier to pronounce, Guillotine, Gillotine, Dr. Guillotine, and look up kind of his life story. It's an interesting story. He was a humanitarian, if you will.
Yeah. Little light reading before bedtime.
Yeah. No, he actually was a humanitarian. The guillotine was invented
to make it quick and
to
painless.
make beheading humane.
Yes.
It's just a side note. It's just an interesting part of history I like. There's also another guy. I think he was a cobbler who invented the noose to make hangings more humane.
Yeah.
His name was like Marcel or something.
You know, everyone needs to play their part in helping their community.
You know, they really do. It's a community action. You know, I mean, there's the one story of there was a guy who was maintenance on the Tower of London or London Bridge or some shit. He was just some maintenance guy, and they had to behead a duchess, if I remember. And yeah, they did that to him because the executioner quit. Because you know why the executioner wore a hood? Because he was outcast in the community. So they wear that hood so you'd never know who the executioner was. So they handed it off to him, and he'd never swung a sword in his life.
Oh, no.
And it took him 14 swings to kill this duchess, and it still didn't remove her head.
What did she do?
Yeah, who knows? But I just remember
that's just skirts too short. Or?
You know, my brain catches weird information and hangs on to it. 14 swings.
Yeah.
Just hacking away. Yeah. So after that, they were like, yeah. And this guy, he was public, so he got kind of run out of town. He paid the ultimate price, and he had no choice in it. They handed him a sword and said, this is your job.
You're up.
Measly peasant.
Yep. So I don't believe that we're the only ones noticing this. I also don't believe that people in these positions of power and prestige, like Hollywood celebrities, don't know about this. I think they're actively hiding what they know to protect what they've earned. I think that there's
could be, or just to protect their own
or themselves. Yeah, their safety, perhaps. Because sometimes what you know can get you killed. So I believe honestly that if everyone just told what they knew, the pill would be much too large for us to swallow.
Oh, you think?
Yeah. So for now, if you just listen to the hum, there's a little bit of truth in all conspiracies.
What would
because that's how a conspiracy starts, is this little tiny nugget of truth.
What would happen to our movie and music industry if this is true and if they all got rolled up at once?
We've got to stop watching movies from these suspected people. Come on out.
Easy, done.
Tell
I
us,
quit watching movies a long time ago.
Like Tom Hanks. I want to hear from you. Or I'm not watching any of your shit.
Damn it, Tom.
Period. And I love Tom Hanks.
Man, you're involved in some of my favorites.
Yeah.
Band
Kathy
of Brothers.
Griffin, not watching none of your stuff. You lost me a long time ago.
Yeah. Well,
Will Smith, I'm a little...
Molt on screen. That would be cool to see. Molt. Just shed that skin. Come out of it. I want to know what's underneath. What does fresh lizard human skin look like?
She does look like she's molting.
Is it pink?
That could be the adrenochrome wearing off.
Is it really soft pink?
Gross. It's all wrinkly and
it comes
like a
out
newborn baby.
Baby fresh ass, and the skin falls away. And she stands there like this.
I don't know. But I think the only things we can do collectively.
Now, Cody says Grant Amahara. Who's Grant Amahara?
Grant Amahara. Let me pull up the latest and greatest. He was from the Mythbusters guy.
Oh, he just died. Yeah.
Yeah, he was 49 years old. They're saying brain aneurysm was the cause of death. He too was working on some conspiratorial shows.
Oh, snap.
So perhaps he went a little too far. It's hard to say.
Should I have worn my tinfoil hat?
His poor family's suffering right now. I think it's too soon for us to go full on conspiracy with him.
Not that they would hear us anyway, but
true.
Oh yeah, that Grant. I remember he was on Myth. He was the Chinese guy in Mythbusters. It was kind of comically funny.
Yeah.
He like real dry comic.
He took off on his own and was doing another show. They were, I think, filming season 2.
I think what we need to build competing things to all this. We need to build a competing publishing, competing movie making stuff, and just
they're out there. They're already out there. We just have to pull away from those that have these, like Lady Gaga. Why are our kids listening to her? Just watch one of her videos. Just one. Better yet, don't watch a video. It'll burn your eyes. Go read the lyrics. Okay?
Thanks, Robin. Robin says it's our best show ever. We need people to call in. We want you guys to get involved.
Yeah, we want to hear.
You can call in. We don't have to put your face on there. You can disguise your voice.
But I think if we collectively just choose otherwise, because there's a lot of great talent out there who got there the hard way, who worked for it.
Yeah.
Or perhaps got there,
how long do you think this has been going on? Do you think Frank Sinatra had ties into the mafia?
Sure.
So, but do you think he got
smart.
there honestly? Or like maybe John Wayne or Clint Eastwood? Or do you think that this has been going on forever? Like maybe it's a carryover, like back in Nero's day. Nero was an actor in ancient Rome, also a king, and not quite Caligula, but he tried his damnedest. Do you think that maybe this is just a constant carryover?
It's a culture. Sure. Sure. That placing people in positions of heightened stature just based on their wealth comes with a particular culture.
Do you think that let's pretend for a minute that you and I made it big on this?
Would you hear
all of a sudden become creepy?
I hope not. Did you hear though? Buckingham Palace is empty.
Really?
First time ever. The guards, the little guards with the fluffy hats, they're gone.
Carl says his favorite conspiracy theory is the Titanic Olympic one. That is actually on the docket for one of my next shows. I've been digging up research on that. That goes deep. We're talking Federal Reserve, Woodrow Wilson,
who died on it.
Yes. That's a big deep one. That's one of our next ones. I've been
arguably the only reason we have the Federal Reserve is because the Titanic sunk.
Yeah. Yeah, the act came
because
through.
because several of the people who were against
Abernathy,
it were on it.
No, Abernathy was a writer, but a lot of people. Yeah, it's real interesting. But yeah, we'll be digging into that soon. We started out as an alien show. Remember those days?
Listen, we're just going with the flow. This whole child trafficking thing just showed up.
It did. Well, and the conspiracies, once we started diving into that, and it's crazy how we started out. At first I was like, and now I'm like, motherfucker. Yeah.
Every time I open TikTok or Twitter or anything, I'm like, what is happening now?
Russell says, I believe this is truly a battle of good and evil.
You bet.
Like we're watching it all unfold. Yeah. And I think it's a constant battle.
Yeah.
Just been a
it's almost like, what can we get away with?
Yeah.
What can we get away with? And they do it in plain sight. What can we get away with?
Yeah.
Lady Gaga wore a meat dress to the Grammys. That should have been clear indication that she was trying to,
have you heard the conspiracy about how she's a fake, like there was a Lady Gaga
and she's like,
and then she disappeared,
she's
and
a
then
clone?
some other, not a clone, another person that people knew got slid in, because Lady Gaga started out doing like just local
Christian music and
not
stuff.
Christian, no, she was never Christian, but she did like local stuff there in New York, kind of artsy humana, and then she like disappears for 2 weeks. Some other person that doesn't look the same shows up, and they're like, well, Lady Gaga's back, and they're like, that ain't her. I heard a conspiracy about that. We'll have to dig it up. Maybe not. I don't know. Either way, there's a lot of stuff on the docket that I'm just like, motherfucker. Yeah, this is all crazy. But yeah, look for the Titanic soon, and yeah, I think we're about to close this down.
As these things unfold, we'll just kind of do these impromptu shows where we just kind of
we'll probably
unbox it,
We might end up pulling the news out of the funny news out of the show. Just makes it so we just dive into the meat and potatoes and just run with it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a separate show for the news.
Show of funny news.
Yeah, because the news.
This stuff you got to shower after.
I'm gonna have to start finishing with the news, because I'll tell you, the Cleveland steamer from 2 days ago,
still laughing about that.
Easier than this.
Disgusting.
I like it. They went into a public pool. She lays back.
That is not true. It cannot be true. I refuse to believe some things.
Misty says daily shows.
We should do like the daily news roundup.
Yeah, we could do a daily news roundup. That one we could just do
remote.
Yeah, do the remote ones again. Yeah, we could do that.
Listen, there's enough weird news to go around.
Yeah.
There's a plethora of it.
Well, that Cleveland steamer was
disgusting.
About 8 months old, but
I'm going to get you a t-shirt that says Cleveland
hilarious.
Steamer. Like a Target that says, put your Cleveland Steamer here.
Hey, I got a new shirt in today.
Conspiracy, yeah.
Not wearing Bigfoot today. I do enjoy my shopping.
Yes.
But yeah, okay, we'll look at doing maybe nightly news shows. Man, we'd run out of news. I guess I could just crack wise on whatever I find.
Oh, man.
Anyways, thanks for joining us, everyone. Yeah. If you do come across any more information of this, you guys know how to get a hold of us.
I'm telling you, it's hard to find. I was trying tonight to because I've just done a bunch of screen grabs, but they're scrubbing it just as fast as you can find it.
Yeah.
This show will spontaneously combust after we end.
Hey, I do not look into my eyes, folks. I do not have any suicidal inclinations in me.
Mm-mm.
See? None. That makes me look unsuicidal, right?
You're looking completely normal.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, we'll talk about those daily news shows. If we do start them, it'll be probably like next week or the week after. I'll have to format that and figure out what we're going to do. Or who knows? Maybe we'll just pop up and get crazy tomorrow night. But send us information your way, or feel free next time, let's get some people calling in, tell us what you think.
Give us your weird news.
Yeah. Jeremy says, thanks. Very informative. Good to see you on there, Jeremy. Haven't seen you in many, many years. Don't know where you're living now, but congratulations on your retirement. And yeah, we'll see you guys
in a day or two.
Yeah, when we come back next go round.
Have a good night.
Sign of a human.